Computer. We create a mental atmosphere.
Fear not, my friends. This will be my greatest performance.
Give it to me.
Here we go. We came, we saw, we kicked it.
We definitely kicked something this
Yes,
week.
something's been kicked.
World Cup madness descends on Long Beach.
We can hear it right now.
And if you need plans for any of this, we're going to have the right people in to tell you what's going on this weekend, as well as Father's Day weekend next weekend. So don't make your plans yet. We're going to get to you. In the meantime, I'm Danny Lemos.
I'm Mike Stark.
I'm Melanie Ray.
And
Do you Mog?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think I do on the weekends only.
In the privacy of your own home?
Correct.
Okay.
Behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stay here for details.
I'm not sure if I mog or not.
Oh, that's awesome. And
Educator, writer, performing musician who wrote a survival guide for anyone who has suffered abuse will introduce us to it.
yeah, this is great. We got a
Yeah.
good lineup for you today. But how's your week? You know, that's how we always start out here,
Yeah.
finding out what's going on. There was so much happening locally that you may not know about. We'll hip you to that, as well as around the world. Things that I like to highlight that aren't always about the president and all his nonsense, but there is plenty of nonsense. We're coming up on this is birthday weekend, right? And I want to say, though I realize that there's sentiment against it, I do think we need to honor the one person who is celebrating their birthday. That, you know, it's important. They're a man of distinction, right? It's my brother-in-law, Bobby.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy birthday, Bobby.
Bobby Garrido. And I know he's listening right now in Prescott, Arizona. And we're family, even though we exist on opposite sides of the political spectrum.
Oh, okay.
But if there's only one side of the political spectrum being represented this weekend on the front lawn of the White House.
Right.
Yeah, the UFC fight.
Those
Come on.
photos.
You know, the claw. Who gives a
It's
good...
it's so idiocracy.
It
And we
is.
used to say that jokingly. And then when you look at this thing
You think
on,
they
then
did
you
it.
think, there it is.
Yeah.
Shameless.
Which means if they follow the movie Idiocracy, that the next thing is healthcare will be administered by Carl's Jr.
Right. Well,
Which
or
is a-
RFK.
Yeah. Well,
What's
same
the difference
thing.
there, right? They got the same complexion.
Speaking of which, word this week that he has not been, so to speak, on the job. He's been disinterested at meetings, flipping through his social media.
Who,
They
RFK?
also-
Oh,
yeah.
because Trump just sleeps through them.
Yeah, RFK has been sort of, and that he's not, his teammates indicate that he's not really focused on their objectives,
Oh, it's not
such
fun
as
anymore.
they are.
It's not fun
Exactly.
anymore. He's never had a real job. I mean, you
No.
know what I mean? When you're that wealthy all the time, you've never had a real job, and he's probably just bored with it.
And he really did want to ascend to some sort of power, which is why he ran for president when he did. But now he's got power, and now he's just disinterested.
Oh,
this is what they're
boo-boo.
reporting, that he's just checked out.
Tears in the tanning
Yeah,
bed
so that-
by
speaking-
RFK.
Yeah. They'll be stained orange tears, yes, if they are. And also, I just want to bring you up to date because we don't want to lose sight of a couple things. One is the Epstein files.
Oh, yeah, those.
More stuff got released, right? And it points to a certain fetish of the president. Did you guys read about this?
I heard about it on Kimmel last night.
Yeah, that he might, and I'm only saying by because I don't have any evidence in front of me, but they're saying that some stuff in the Epstein files points to him that he could have this nipple fetish. So I need more details.
Oh, I don't. You know, it's
Could you imagine? Now I don't know whether that means the other person's or
his own.
Yeah, but you never know.
it's just, and it's hard with the never-ending Epstein thing that they're still releasing
But
stuff.
I love that they had to gather in the Situation Room to discuss the
Oh,
nipple
that
fetish.
big.
Yeah.
That's got to be a first.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And one other thing, in Whittier this week, as of Wednesday, we were getting reports that ICE was there just intimidating people, parking in front of the library and City Hall area, if you know Whittier at all, and that the local citizens got involved. They started filming. And then when the mayor came out, he walked up to these people, and they were in unmarked vehicles.
Right.
So who
Right.
knows if they were really agents or not. But I started talking to him. He said, I don't have to talk to you. And
The
he says-
agent said that?
Yeah, and actually the mayor repeated that, no, actually, I have the right to discuss this with you because I'm the mayor of the city. And they said, we don't want to talk to you, and they put their windows up. It's all on video. You can find it
Cowards.
online. But
Cowards.
it's happening. If you thought there was some connection between this and all the helicopters last week, Just
Yeah.
want to say that pressure is being applied.
Yeah.
And they're keeping it up. So resist, and resist equals vote. That's going to be the message here.
Yep.
As we head into the midterms, because that's important. And people go, oh, well, just voting's not going to change anything. I say, you watch.
Wow.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
watch. Enough people are upset about the things that are important to everybody. How much it costs to buy food.
Right.
My budget, I can't, it's straining right now. I'm thinking
Yeah.
I actually have to go back to work part-time. I may have to if I want to do anything enjoyable with my life.
Wow.
And you walk everywhere. Imagine if you had to
Yeah.
drive.
And so-
right, the gas is was $6.50 a gallon. Come on.
And I'm thinking walking has got to be part of this. So, how can you file for a job that's only walking distance away? Well, there's a new Dollar Tree going up on the corner.
oh God.
There you go.
Oh, and then that
Can
was
you
just
see me?
yeah.
Can you see me in the blue vest with the Dollar Tree logo?
We might.
Yeah, but I looked online. Let me tell you something. They're looking for people right now. So if you have people that need jobs, however, they're pay low. For the manager's job, they only offer $22 an hour.
For a manager?
For the manager.
Oh no.
When I
no.
looked at the thing, I said, no, not do that. Let's look at the assistant manager. Oh, that's only $19 an hour.
Yeah.
But it has a few less things on the thing. But still, come on, for the manager?
Yeah, that's
Well, maybe that's because they're the dollar store and everything's
Yeah.
cheaper.
right,
Who
which
knows?
doesn't make the people any easier to deal with.
But I pay attention to NPR because one should. And I saw this article about veterans and relatives see no place for Trump's arch near Arlington National
Oh,
Cemetery.
good.
A lot of people are upset that this would dishonor the dead there. And that, of course, there's all of the architectural splendor that was created when the mall was put there. And this would interrupt it. First of all, it's outsized. I mean, it's like people that put a huge, large fountain.
Because he's got to compensate
you
in
know?
everything. Biggest tower, the biggest this, the biggest,
And you have a chance, if you'd like to go online and comment. The National Parks, whatever website, they are looking for your comments regarding this arch. So let's get busy. Get
Yeah.
online. Let them know what you think.
Who ultimately makes the decision?
The Parks Bureau.
Oh.
But in this case, the president can dictate. No other president, by the way, has decided to do something like this in his lifetime.
Right. Or
But he-
tear down parts of the White
so they're
House
like,
or
wait a
build a
minute.
wrestling
We
yeah.
never thought somebody would do this. So there's no rules against it, which is how he's getting through with most of
Right.
this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Until there are rules put in his way. So we got to make sure that you let people know. And even if you're just sitting there watching your TV and listening, or you listen to us right now, just get online and go to the National Park Service and register your comments. The comments will end at midnight on Sunday. So get in there and let them know what you think of it, if you think of anything at all. But especially if you have the veterans are saying, this is just not the right.
But who at this point cares what we think?
Well, let me put it this way.
I'm curious. I'm just curious. It's not Trump.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And that's easy to say, oh, then I won't do anything. But somehow we have to show up as at least registering our opinion. And then the federal judges, when it comes time to determine, this is where they look. In other words,
okay.
well, I want to see how the people feel. And they get to the point where they're saying, yeah, something might be a little difficult here. Well, that's enough of that. Let's just, we're going to switch on the dime because we've got a special guest who's appearing here on our show. We reached out to the Aquarium of the Pacific to make sure we let you know what was going on over there. I started hearing about all these wonderful education programs that they do. And so we reached out, and Stacey Wong is with us.
Hi,
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
We're doing great right now. Oh, sorry. I stepped on my dog. Yeah, really. So tell me what your role is over at the aquarium, because we put the word out to hear all about things education.
Yeah, so I am the interpretation manager at the Aquarium of the Pacific. So interpretation for us is interpreting science.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so how does that show up in my world?
So that means there's a lot of complex science out there, but what's fascinating is that we are all scientists. And so this is a way to bring science to everybody. And some of the really complex stuff we can talk about, and I can talk about it in a way that hopefully is very understandable.
Yeah, because there's always some information that I get every time I visit the aquarium that is exciting to know that you didn't know before. For one thing, when I went through and saw the surgical unit for how they take care of it, I had no idea there was a hospital for fish.
There is. Our Molina Animal Care Center is amazing. And I think the best part about it is it has windows. And so any guest who comes, if there's something going on in there and our shades are up, you can watch the procedure happening. It's really fantastic.
That's really kind of
Wow.
cool. What other programs do you offer for people who want to learn more?
So we have so many different things going on. For our kiddos, if you want to book something ahead of time, we have a couple of different programs that happen on the weekends. One is called Ocean Investigators. It's for 7 to 12-year-olds. It's a 2-hour-long exploration with an educator where they get to go on a gallery tour. They get to talk to our animal care staff. And there's even a commemorative journal that gets to go home with them.
Awesome.
And my personal favorite is a program called Big Fish, Little Fish, and it's where our young learners can hang out with their grown-ups. And so this is for ages 3 to 6 years old with an adult. It is about an hour and a half long, and it is a guided tour. They get to touch the tide pool animals. It is so much fun.
We're hearing it in the background right now, actually. What do you have to do to be able to register? Is it you go through your school, or can you do it as an individual?
You can do it as an individual. So just go to our website. It's aquariumofpacific.org. And you can see the different topics and dates and times that it goes. And you can book it through that way, through that link as well.
That's
I
great.
did those with my daughter when she was little. At the aquarium, I did all kinds of little workshops and stuff. It's wonderful.
so great to
we were
do.
members. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And, even if you want to just come and visit the aquarium and not do one of those programs, we have so much to explore and learn. We have educators all over the aquarium, too, so we can answer your questions and help guide that exploration, too.
Yeah, actually, I know several of the docents that work over there and make things so easy for you. A friend of mine works on the aviary there with the birds.
Oh, nice.
So jellyfish, that's the big thing right now over there, right?
Yes, it is. It's our big summer theme, and then beyond. It goes until the end of April. But Jelly Dreamscapes is our new exhibit. It is gorgeous. It is a chance to slow down from the world and watch these jellies just kind of gently swim or pulse through the water. We have, I think, 25 different exhibits in there. So many different ones to see. And what's cool is we have over 40 species at the aquarium.
Yeah.
So it's going to be changing throughout its time
No
with
kidding.
us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I walked over before the exhibit was enlarged, or I just saw the regular jellyfish, and just there I could spend a half hour. They're so mesmerizingly beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
I like
Absolutely.
the fancy seahorses.
Me too.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
were always my favorite, the seahorses with all the things coming out.
We went to see the otters, but you got to put the schedule up because they were sleeping in the middle of the day when we were there.
Well, otters are going to do what otters want to do.
Exactly.
So if they want to sleep, if they want to
So
play,
cool.
like whatever they want, they get.
I think it's really fantastic. I really just want to make sure we check in regularly when things change over there because it's right here on our doorstep.
Right.
And if you don't have a place to go and want to do something with friends, family, or out-of-town visitors, that's a place to go right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, absolutely. We do recommend, though, when it starts getting busy, especially on weekends, to do a reservation. So go on our website. You can make a reservation and buy your tickets that way because it's the best way to make sure that you can get in the time you're hoping to get in.
Right, absolutely. There's so much to do down there. But maybe go this weekend while everybody else is watching the World Cup.
There you go.
Unless, of course, there's something happening there for a World Cup. It seems like it's everywhere in town.
Yeah, it really does. It's pretty exciting.
All right, excellent. Well, Stacey, thank you so much for checking in
Thank
with
you.
us.
Oh, of course.
And if you don't mind, we're going to check in quarterly to make sure that we keep abreast of what's happening at the Aquarium of the Pacific.
I think that's wonderful.
All right. Aquarium of the Pacific, aquariumofpacific.org is where you can find them and find out all about their education programs if you're interested in that. Thank you so much for being on
Thank
Mornings
you.
on the Beach. Take care. We got music now.
Yeah, this is a song from the Mastersons, an older song from them. And I thought about this song when I heard Trump telling Caitlin Collins she needs to smile more. This is exactly the song for her.
And it's called?
Don't Tell Me to Smile. All right, that's the Mastersons and Don't Tell Me to Smile.
Great song. I always love finding the songs that we get on the show. Mike's our music librarian, in a sense. It calls the music you hear here on Mornings on the Beach. That's wwhere you're at. I'm Danny Lemos.
I'm Mike Stark.
I'm Melanie Ray.
And we have all kinds of guests today on the show.
We'd like
Let's
to
bring in our first
introduce
one.
our guest today, Lorena Sikorski, a local author, and
She's more than that, too.
She's more than that.
I found out she's a retired educator. Am I correct?
Correct.
And you are also a musician.
Correct.
Oh my gosh,
So
we
you-
love all those things.
Yes, what do they call a hyphenate?
Yes.
She is. And a writer is how she appears today on the show. Because
Rad.
Correct.
go ahead.
Tell us about your book.
Yeah.
Well, my book is called Artists and Vagabonds: How I Escaped My Mother's Narcissistic Personality Disorder. It's a memoir of my life with my mother. She had narcissistic personality disorder, and everything in life was for her or about her.
Oh,
Her exaggerated feelings of self-importance and her need for admiration, and the fact that she could never be wrong, made her almost impossible to live with. And it was quite a struggle for me to break out of that. So this is my story.
Now, did you start to write it because you needed to sort of just catharsis? You needed a catharsis?
No, I wrote it out of revenge.
Oh,
Nice.
even better.
Nice.
Yes. No, I did my cathartic work with my therapist. But, all through my life, I was told you absolutely cannot tell anyone about any of this. And it was just like when I finally reached the point to where I was, coming out of all of her BS, I just went, no, this story could help someone else who
Right.
is going through something with a narcissistic parent. Or lover, or spouse, whatever. Narcissism is a mental illness that's very, very difficult to deal with,
Yeah.
and mostly because the narcissists don't believe that they're ill.
Right.
They are perfect in their own mind. So why should they get help? Why? There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with them, and to live with that is just horrendous. So no, I wrote the book out of revenge because I was told I could never tell anyone.
There you go. There you go.
As you
Yes.
speak, I may speak for some of the audience as well. As you speak, I'm starting to think of people I know in my life that are kind of like that, but they're unidentified. In other words,
Right.
we put up with it because I don't live
Right,
with them.
right.
They don't control me, but there are moments where you think, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so please, I'm standing on tiptoes thinking, what kind of advice can you give us of dealing with these kind of people?
Oh, I'm sorry to say there is no advice except to get away from them.
Right.
Really?
They will not see that they need help. They will not. They'll say that they'll negotiate with you, but they won't. They won't. With my therapist, I set up so many boundaries with my mother so that we could try to have some kind of a relationship, and she broke through every boundary. She'd go, well, we can't do that because you said we can't, but I'm going to do it anyway. So
Wow.
it just there was no way around it till finally I just said, well, what if I don't talk to you anymore? And she goes, fine, don't talk to me anymore.
Right.
Do you think that was like a manipulation, or she was honestly saying, no, I don't need you to talk to me?
It was for the first 20 times. And then finally, then I stopped calling and contacting her. That's how we ended. We did not speak for the last 10 years of her
Yeah.
life.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
My mom was diagnosed with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, which is uncommon to have a diagnosis because they don't get help.
Right.
Except my mom her manipulation was her mental health, but she had
Right.
an NPD diagnosis too, and there's no way around it. She ended her life while we were on no contact as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because there's no way out, and you spend your life
no way out.
going, well, if I do this and you do and my mom would even say, like, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but,
Yeah.
and then do it. And you're like, well, there goes that boundary.
Wow, you guys
Yeah.
have the same experience.
Yes.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
so I'm thinking about that split. I think that's what keeps a lot of people in that relationship because they're unable to go through the loss of maybe somebody who's a friend who's this way or control and has controlled you or
Yes.
But I would imagine it's more severe if it's a family member because
Well, if it's your mother
Yeah.
His
specifically.
mother it was horrible.
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah.
How common
Yeah.
is this?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I
is
don't
this-
know. And the reason I don't know is because, again, they won't get diagnosed. So we don't really have accurate statistics.
Is there
know, it's
anything that helps? Like I want to say, is there a medication? It's all about me, and the name
Right.
of it. Because there seems to be a medication for everything, but getting into a psychological area is difficult, right? I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know of any, but again, they would have to ask for it. They would have
Right.
to say, hey, I have a problem.
Right.
And that's what they cannot do. They are
Right.
perfect in their own eyes.
Right.
So when did you have the name for it,
Yeah.
narcissistic abuse?
Not till I was out of college and had already started my teaching career, and I just couldn't handle her anymore. So that's when I sought out a therapist. And it was the therapist that said, hey, look, this is what you're dealing with.
Wow.
Just describing the issues that I was having. She goes, yeah, this is what you're dealing with. That's why nothing's working.
Did you have like multiple attempts at first, like try to make it work or smooth it out?
Oh,
and then,
absolutely.
And then you just got
Yes.
frustrated with it, I would imagine, to get to the point.
You get frustrated. You have a big argument, blow up. You separate for a while, and then come back and like it was never happened. She would respond like it had never happened. No blow up, no argument. It was gone, and you just start over until the next blow up.
And I can see
And
that the purpose of the book actually being demonstrated as Melanie maps onto her own experience.
Absolutely, yeah.
What you went through. What is something you'd like to share to make sure your audience, I won't be as hang on one second. What can we share? What can we share with your audience that makes them want to pick up the book?
I think it's of interest if you have any issues with parental issues or any issues with mental illness, because it shows a way through. It ends. It ends when she dies, and for me that was hope. I mean it was hope to the end, but. It's a real, also the gay and lesbian, because she was very, very homophobic and hostile. And that's what she always used. She did, as a matter of fact, she did go to one therapy session with me. But she said she had to pick the therapist, and she picked this religious guy from Oral Roberts University. And all she did was have to say, she's a lesbian. And that was it. Nothing was really dealt with.
Oh, yeah.
It was off.
Yeah,
it was
wow.
like, you're a lesbian. That's terrible that you're going to hell, and the whole therapy session turned around on me.
Right.
So, it because it was a negative. It could not be about her. So anyone who's interested in mental health issues or gay and lesbian and how we had to cope with, some of the homophobia and the constant threats. She was constantly threatening my work, my job. If I didn't do what she wanted, I'm going to call the school district and tell them you're a lesbian. So anything like that, it's a real for childhood abuse issues, not just childhood. This went into my 20s before I was able to finally get a handle on it. So that would be who would be interested in this book.
Were you able to, once you've written the book, were you able to say, okay, I feel like I've, just had a massive burp and just let go? I got past it. I wanted to.
Maybe. Mostly it was like, thank God this story is out there. Because, after being told you cannot tell anyone, it was like, there's the story. Here's what really happened. Some of my cousins were relieved to know. Others of them said, none of it's true. You're just making this up.
Oh, wow.
And we never want to speak to you again. Out of all the relations that I have, family members, I only have really 2 cousins that stayed with me. The rest, and the one cousin is hostile towards it, and we just don't talk about it. So it's like the the story itself is simple. I stood up to my abusive narcissistic parent, and that my family chose to enable by pretending nothing was wrong, and they went along with her, and that was, so I was the bad guy.
Why do you think people pretend? Is it they're afraid of something? Because it doesn't really have to do with them, if the diagnosis or something. Why do you think they hang on to that?
They wanted to please her because I'm not sure. Her sisters and brothers kowtowed to her. She was the princess. She was the baby. And, if she didn't get her way, she would get very angry. There'd be a huge, huge argument. And then she would just get up and leave, because that's the vagabond part of the story.
Sounds familiar, like our president.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And do you find that triggering? So, the thing about being raised by a narcissist is that, you're biologically going to your mother to break things down for you and protect you and do this. And then they are damaging you. And something in your brain is saying, well, this is what's supposed to happen because she's my mom and moms do this. Right. And there's that confusion.
Yeah, that's true.
That I think is is a unique thing. So it wasn't even hiding it as much as I didn't understand there was anything going on. This was my life, and I was living it, and it wasn't even about hiding it. It was like, well, why talk about it? You know what I mean? It's as common as going home to dinner every night as I go home to this mess.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
wow. We could
Yeah,
talk
and
all morning.
Oh my! I'm going to have you on my other show.
Really?
You'll be hearing from me
We
soon.
got to talk more. But where can people find the book if they want to read it?
It's on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles as well. I think it's pretty much online order only.
Great. What's the title? Make sure you give people the accurate title, because the subtitle is what I really like.
Yeah, the title is Artists and Vagabonds: How I Escaped My Mother's Narcissistic Personality Disorder.
That's awesome.
And I also have a webpage if they want more information.
Please.
It's Lorena Sikorski, I'll spell that, .com. It's LORENASIKORSKI.com.
And it'll be on our Spotify, too, if you want to look for it there, if you just missed it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming in
thank
and
you so much
sharing.
for sharing with us, for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Another Long Beach artist, another writer. This is what our show has become.
I know.
And we love it.
We
So
love
thank you so much. All right, take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Now we have got to go to music.
Yeah, we're going to let my buddy John Tyler Wiley introduce his own song.
Well, it's all good. Hey, check out the new song, Hold Me Together, produced by Will Hogue and written and performed by us, the Virginia Choir.
LBP on your dial. Keep it here and stay a while. The sound of Long Beach, oh so sweet. KLBP can't be beat.
Like I said, all things going on down at the Shoreline. In fact, right, the amphitheater, you were at it recently, right?
I got to go to the opening night with Snoop Dogg, and it was, I got to tell you, it was, I expected the worst, and it was really a fairly pleasant experience. I say that guardedly because going home was a little tough, but they've got to work out some problems with the ride share and the shuttle and all of that.
I think that was...
And we kind of expected that to happen. Now, we went in early, so we took a ride share, got right in. It was no issue, and we went and had a drink at the Queen Mary, of course.
As one would.
As one would before.
Yeah.
But the amphitheater itself is just absolutely great. Great sound, great sight lines, excellent atmosphere. Everybody there that night was it was just a great kind of a family feel to it.
Nice.
Even though, expect Snoop, but Snoop is kind of a family guy now. So, it fit right in, and then he got the key to the city at the end of the show from the mayor, which was a little bit of a weird thing to happen at the end of a concert. But it was a great thing, and if there's somebody coming that you want to see at the amphitheater, get your tickets because it's well worth it.
Yeah, and figure out parking.
Yeah, I'll report back because next time we go, we're going to try some different things. But all in all, it wasn't all that bad.
I'm going to get myself a Duffy boat and charge
There you go.
shuttle people
Well,
back
they have
and forth.
the aqua lane.
Yeah, but that
it fills
ended
up
up.
fast.
I heard that was an issue afterwards. There were
really?
Fist fights in line.
Oh,
and all
dear.
things
Well, you
like
got in front of me, you jumped in front.
Yeah.
So it's a temporary amphitheater,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, but they're going to replace it with a permanent one if it works.
Like, does it feel temporary? I mean, what
It doesn't feel temporary at all, except porta potties.
Really?
That matters.
Yeah, and the food is all food trucks. Now the drink things are all fairly permanent. The bars and stuff.
Of course, as they would be.
Yeah, but they've got the food trucks. They let the food trucks come into the site, and I guess that makes it easy for them. They don't have to deal with the food.
I think that's great, but
Yeah.
you would have thought they did such a nice job with the dressing rooms. We could see them from the Queen Mary.
Right.
That they would have done the same thing with bathrooms. Use container ships or container.
No.
Oh, wow. They got to work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody waiting in line. Oh, no.
Well, there were. I will say this: there were plenty of them. There was no wait. You got it.
nice. At
You
least
were
there's
able to
that.
get into them
Yeah.
fairly quickly. So
And you were there the first night, so they don't smell yet.
Yeah, fresh. That was the right time to go before the show on the first night.
Hey, we opened the show by asking if you mogged.
Yeah, I still want to know.
So do you mog? And I'm thinking you might. This is a new term that are being used. It's come out of the manosphere, in a sense.
Oh, brother.
Oh, I like it already.
And if somebody asks you about mogging or being mogged, it came to mean to outdo someone in terms of sexual desirability.
Yeah, I don't mog. This just in.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking, okay, wrong subject for this age group.
I might have mogged about 40 years ago.
I know I used to.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
In the bodybuilder days, man, I mogged for sure.
I'm looking for an opportunity to mog.
But there was no. And the phone lines are open. What I don't understand is we had no word for it. What is with this young folks? And I'm just asking. I don't really care. But what is with all these words? They come maxing. It looks maxing. Looks maxing. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just about looking good, right?
Right.
And I don't know what word we used in the 70s.
No, I just had to look something up that was maxing. And it was a feminist thing. I forget what it was. But it was feminist maxing. And I was like, am I doing that?
Well,
I have to keep looking up things to find out if I'm doing them.
We got several invitations recently for the group, for the Vulva group.
Oh, yeah, vulva maxing. I'm all for it.
There we go. See, there we go. We're going to start a new one right here. Come on, vulva maxing. And this is bringing awareness to a female's body, right? And just making sure that people aren't offended or triggered or anything.
Yeah.
I think it's always great. And so there's an event coming up. And we'll get them on the show to talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what they're calling it, but in my mind, it's stuck there now as the Vulva Fair. So whatever it's going to be, they're inviting any age group to come and do this. So
when they were behind us, we met them because they were behind us in the Pride Parade dressed as vulvas, which stands out.
Oh, those are the same group.
It's that group.
Oh, we got to have them in.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
yeah.
a lot of fun. They stood in front of the religious protesters and shouted louder than them.
That was vulva maxing. That was vulva maxing.
Right here, a new term on Mornings on the Beach. All right, it's time for us to go to break right now. We'll do a little music. However, I never thought I'd put this song on morning radio on the weekend.
Okay. Recently, a couple of years ago, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. One of those bands that kind of bubbles under everybody's radar.
Mine.
This is Radiohead and Let Down. All right, that's Radiohead and Let Down.
That's great. This Mornings on the Beach is where you've landed for your Sunday morning enjoyment. I'm Danny Lemos.
Mike Stark.
Melanie Ray.
And boy, what a week. World Cup Thursday, right? The first game. And then all kinds of stuff that was going on downtown Long Beach.
Yep.
We came to the studio and there's an enormous crowd outside. We thought for sure our show maybe had caught on. But
like finally they get us.
But the video screens clued us in. It's a big party and all the Mexican flags people are carrying, so stuff like that. But it's happening everywhere around. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to throw something and not hit a World Cup screening party during a game. But the big important news for us here at KLBP is the promotion that we're currently doing for Make Music Day. And the Long Beach contingent is us right here. We're one of the sponsors. But welcome to the show. David Sauer right here, the executive director. Is that your current title?
That's what it says on the email there, Danny.
And David's been putting this thing together for months. So we're getting close to the wire, right? We're almost there.
That's right. 10 days out by my count.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, that's
10 glorious days.
And how's it going? We got people signing up on the website.
We have a lot of good turnout for this year. I'm really happy. We're meeting the goals that I had set for last year. As I mentioned, we're about 50 plus performers across 20 or so different venues.
That's great.
And that'll be from about 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the 21st Sunday.
That is fantastic. And so is there a place where people can find out exactly what is happening?
You betcha. So it's going to go to makemusicday.org/Long Beach. That's going to be for your full schedule, your times, and be on the lookout for a bunch of promotional flyers hitting the social media waves this coming week.
And on our website as well.
Yep.
And we'll link that map come on the weekend there, so that if you click on it on the KLBP website, you'll also find out where it's happening. For us, we are going to have a stage at Ocean and the Promenade in front of the Beach Hut Deli. They've decided that they'd host us there. We've been
Nice.
talking to them for months, and it's kind of nice to be happening.
Perfect.
In a great place where a lot of people will see us and hear us. And we start at 12 noon. It's going to be broadcast live right here on the radio station from 12 to 4, all the performance. So for some folks, it's the first time they've ever been on a live broadcast or on the radio altogether. And we've got a couple of folks that we know that are familiar. And then there's some that I'm excited to say. What is this? We have a tap dancing solo group performing, apparently.
Yeah, I hope it all works out.
Me too.
As things go in and out, 10 days before the event, a lot of things will happen. But this great tap dancing company reached out to us, and we'll see if we can find them a spot in the event.
Great. What are they
Makes their own music.
I was going to
Nice.
say, how do they do that with different tunes? We'll find out, I
Yeah.
guess. But I think that'll be the first time we broadcast tapping shoes on the radio.
Yeah.
Right.
And play some music. That is really awesome. Have you talked to some of the people who are signing up? Are they excited? What's the mood out there?
Oh yeah, the general vibe is very,
Yeah.
very positive. It's going to be a good show. There's this type of event always brings out the best in folks. As we're all together to be on this global stage, lending our voice to like the music scene of the whole world. So
Yeah.
it's a chance for all the hosts and the venues to kind of come together. And the way it's set up is they really are working with each other to handle all these logistics themselves. Here at Make Music, we just kind of help organize the event as a whole. But when it comes down to the microcosm of the venue they're at, it's really just the venue and the bands working together. So again, it brings out the best in people. Once people are more educated about the event, about what Make Music Day is, the general public is very quick to get on board.
Yeah,
So again, the overall vibe is very, very, very positive for this.
And it's happening all over the world on
Yes,
that same
sir.
day,
Yes,
correct?
sir. That's my favorite part. Again, it's the fact that you look up in the world and you're like, everyone else is doing this at the same time. The fact that there's, again, 145 cities in the States,
That's
13 Southern California cities participating, and over the course of the last 40 years, over 2,000 cities across dozens of countries.
I wonder if there'll be a statistic about how many people performed and how over the worldwide.
There,
Awesome.
I will wait for the spreadsheets from the
really?
from the Alliance. I know we have our own stats to look at on the back end of our database, but from the whole thing, that would be great. I'd love to see that myself.
That's wild.
And poke
Well, it's
around.
nice to have something international other than a pandemic.
That's right.
Right.
I didn't realize
Music.
I just found out we have like 6 or 7 sister cities for Long Beach. In fact, if you're on the promenade at Broadway, you'll see a sign or
Downey?
first. It shows yeah, really. Pacoima.
Right.
Yeah. But like Zheng, China, I hope I said that right. And a
Probably
couple
not.
of other ones.
Yeah, I thought you were having a stroke or something.
But it'd be nice to see, baby. I'd love
What
to
are
see
our
if we can
sister
find-
cities?
There's like I want to take a picture of them because I want to remember them from
Google
the show.
Long
but
Beach sister city.
Sister
I know, I'm
Cities of
looking.
Long
Not a
Beach.
sponsor.
I didn't realize you could have more than one. But apparently we have a
big
lot of
family.
sisters. Yeah, it's a big family.
Stepsisters.
That's wild. Anything come up?
I'm looking.
All right, hang on one second.
Sister cities.
Okay, I got a list.
Yeah, what are they?
Okay, this is a short list off of Google. Take it for what it's worth.
Uh-huh.
Yokkaichi, Japan.
There you
I
go.
thought I'd let you have that one.
Qingdao, China. Sochi, Russia. Oh my gosh,
Oh, Phnom Penh. I've heard of that one.
great. Mombasa, Kenya.
Oh, wow.
Taiwan, and La Paz, Mexico. And
Okay.
Port Moresby in Papua New Guinea.
Wow. So get on the phone with one of those countries there, David.
Yeah.
So make
That
music.
sounds-
I wonder how that works.
Make
you
music
just like
Phnom
call,
Penh.
you like call a mayor and be like, "Hey, I got an idea."
Yeah, you'll
Let's
never
be-
guess who I am.
Let's be sisters.
Unless they're doing it in their city too, like there's another David over in China.
How confusing would that be?
Who's organizing everything.
Yeah.
That's really great. But it's really something that it really, if you have to come down to acknowledging one person, David, here in Long Beach. You're the one who stood for it. You stand for it. You make it happen. You came to us. You got us involved, and we hate you for it. No, no, it's going to be a really great Father's Day out here, noon to 4. So after you're done with brunch with Dad, come on over to the Beach Hut Deli on Ocean. 180 Ocean is where we are. Right next. It's actually just a half a block east of Pine and Ocean. So if you
Gotcha.
want to find
Cool.
it, and there's plenty of parking around, you'll be able to handle it.
Well, in addition to the beautiful KLBP stages, it would not be I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't plug some other great
Please
things happening
do.
that day.
Yeah.
First and foremost, at the Band Shell and Recreation Park, we have a great youth stage hosted by Steve Pruitt at Live at the Shell.
Yeah.
So that's going to be programming from 12 to 5, including some like children's entertainers in the morning, followed by kid bands and bands on the younger side. Over at Willow Spring Park, which is the park above the cemetery off of Willow, we have a really cool David Bowie Ziggy Stardust cover song hosted by Friends of Willow Park and Album Attack. So the concept is going to be multiple bands are covering one song from the Ziggy Stardust album.
Oh,
and
super cool.
We're all going to take a nice little
wow.
hike around Willow Springs Park and meet up at Longview Point for a performance of the album. What else we got? We got Port City Tavern coming strong with nonstop programming from like noon to 10 p.m. What else am I thinking of? Cafe Dido has a really cool like Middle Eastern Indian band happening called Love Chutney.
I like it already.
There's
Me
a
too.
lot of DJs cool hanging around, and things are still in flux. I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff, but again, go down to makemusicday.org/Long Beach for the complete map and everything else.
Yeah, you'll get all on that. And also klbb.org. We'll try to link to everything together so you can find it any place you go.
Perfect.
Right here. Father's Day next weekend. You want to make sure, first of all, take care of Dad. Family's important. And then come out and see us. Go to any of these locations and enjoy some great music from Make Music Day. And we are the Long Beach contingent right here.
Yep.
So that's so awesome. Well, thank you for stopping by, and we're of course going to be
You got it.
seeing you next week. And are you going to all the locations, or you have like this grand?
I only have 2 legs and 1 heart. We'll see what happens. Last year I ran around taking as many photos as I can. So this
bet.
time I'm trying to get some more photographers out there. If anyone's interested, and reach out volunteering photography wise.
We'll have ours out there for sure. Yeah,
great.
That's
But to answer your question more specifically, I'm going to hit up as many as I can. There's definitely a couple on my list I'd love to go see. But beyond that, I'm just happy to help make something cool happen here for the city.
Super
If you're
cool.
listening,
Thank
if
you.
you've got a limo company out there, you want to pick them up and take them around.
Right.
You don't have to drive. All right. Once again, Beach Hut Deli, 180 Ocean at the Promenade. We'll see you there on Sunday.
21st.
Sunday,
We'll-
June 21st.
Good. Excellent. Thanks for correcting me. My God.
Somebody was
Yeah.
listening.
In the meantime, we got to get out of here. That's enough for today.
Yeah, and we're going to leave you with, we're going to rock it out of here with an old song from the J. Giles Band, a song called Must Have Got Lost.
That's awesome. I love it.